COVID changed everything, and that includes how companies work, how companies operate, and how companies hire. If you want a job today, you need a resume that works today. That means cutting out the dead weight from your resume. Delete those things that don't add any value. And in this video, I will show you 5 things to delete from your resume immediately. So you stand out and get hired faster. Let's start with the number 1 mistake, the star rating. Let's try to understand what exactly the star rating is. Let's say you walk into a restaurant and you ask for the menu. It arrives, sleek design, fancy foods. But as you scan the options, you notice they have star rating for all the items. You spot a salad for starter and an ice cream for dessert. Sounds perfect, right? But when you notice something very odd, both have 1-star rating. Would you still order these items? Would you still pay the full price? Probably not. You would hesitate. You might even leave that restaurant and find another one. Now, here is the twist. This is how exactly hiring managers feel when they see star rating on your resume. Now, let me show you a real snippet from a real resume. Can you spot something good? Of course, you guessed it right. The star rating. Let's say I'm hiring manager and I need someone who is good with JavaScript and React, because React is a library of JavaScript. So now if I see this resume, I can see this candidate is 40% good in JavaScript and 80% in React. I will think, should I hire this candidate or someone else? Here's the truth. Star rating invite competition. You are not just listing your skills, you are admitting that others might be better. And the worst part, these ratings are completely subjective. There's no universal scale, no real proof, nothing that actually validates your expertise with this star rating. So here's the first thing you should do today. Delete the star rating. So instead of star rating, use real achievements that proves your skills, real work, real impact, and real credibility. So stop rating yourself. This resume invite competition, and you have to become the competition. So use your achievements and the impact. Now let's talk about the second point. I still see many resumes, especially freshers, making these mistakes again and again. And if you're still doing this, it's the time to delete it completely from your resume. What is it? Your address won't get you hired. In fact, it might even slow down your career growth. No recruiters needs to know your street name, apartment number, or your postal code. It's the digital age. Your resume is not a form that you're filling. It's a pitch. And every inch of it should work for you. Remember this. Every word in your resume should work for you. And your address doesn't work. So simply delete it. And now let me share a personal story. I used to own this Nokia phone. Back then, this phone was unbeatable. Instant battery life, nice ringtones, and of course, the best snake game. But if you had to buy a phone today, would you choose this Nokia phone or iPhone 16? Exactly. Hope you got my point. The world moved on. So why you are still listing old skills like COBOL, FoxPro, or other outdated skills on your resume? Unless the job specifically asks them, it's okay. Otherwise, try to delete those skills. They make you look stuck in the past, while employers are looking for people who are ready for the future. And here's the easy fix. Only list relevant skills, in-demand skills on your resume. So delete outdated or irrelevant skills. Okay, now let's shift gear. I have worked with many large organizations including the United Nations, NSS, CGI, and more. But I have never mentioned something that I'm about to share with you in just a second. But before that, let me share a story so you can relate it. Let's say you are feeling unwell and you visit the doctor. You share some basic symptoms and then the doctor asks you specific questions based on what he needs to know. You don't just start talking non-stop about everything, and you certainly don't give a full history of the past week. Correct? Let me repeat one more time. You share only the essential details and then the doctors ask you what he needs to know. Now think about it. Your resume is supposed to highlight what's core, what's essential, what's important, not everything. So why so many freshers still include this line on their resume? Reference available upon request. In 15 years of my career, I have never added this line. Yet, whenever a new employer needed reference, they simply asked, and I provided them. This phrase adds no value to your resume. In fact, it makes it weaker. Your resume should focus on what truly matters, not just everything. So delete it. So delete this line now. Reference available on request. The next point is critical. It sits right in the top of your resume. Yet many beginners get it wrong. I'm talking about the objective statements. It sounds like a good idea, a nice little introduction about you, a way to tell employers what you want. But here's the problem, no one cares. Hiring manager is not a genie. He is not there to make your wish fulfill. In fact, you are a genie for them. Hiring managers don't open your resume thinking, let me see what this candidate wants. They are thinking other way around. Can this candidate solve the problem? If your objective says seeking a challenging role to enhance my skills and grow my career, this is a bad impression. You always lost the intention. Here's what you should do instead. Ditch the objective line, replace it with clear, concise summary that tells them exactly what you will bring to the table. So, looking for a role to improve my skills in software development is wrong. Replace it something like this. Software engineer with 15 years of experience building scalable web application that improve performance by 30%. Make your resume about them, not about you. That's where you get hired. So delete objective statement and replace it with professional summary. If you want me to review your resume, feel free to drop me an email and you can find my email address in the about section of this channel. But if you prefer to improve your resume yourself, you can watch this video. Here I reviewed few resume and you will get tons of value. So watch this video next and thank you for watching.